Hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. I believe that we are live again. This is always a little bit of a rough start. All right, shared on Discord. So we are good to go. Today I will be continuing my work that I started last week. And I have been thinking about this piece a lot. So the idea is I am doing a cartoonish piece which will be inspired by Slay the Spire, in the sense of I'm not gonna write something that is exactly like Slay the Spire, but it's mostly an idea to get me going. And I have been thinking about this piece a lot over the last week. Oh wait, oh yeah, I remember I thought this was it, and then I did Shift F, and there was this whole sketch here that I'm probably not going to use, but we'll keep it anyway because you never know. Where so last week I did, what is it, 10 bars, even less probably, and I wasn't very sure about it. And earlier this week I realized I want to this idea that I have. Let's just play it first, by the way, before I do anything. Hello, let's go. Thanks. Thanks for joining. I'm about to get started. Hello, Rico. Welcome. So let's play it first before I dive in too much with whatever it is I did last week. So that was it. And I've been thinking about this piece a lot last week. I have had nightmares about it, but it's all good. I think what I want to do, we are sort of thrown right in the middle of it without any context or anything. That's also because last week I had this idea and I just thought we'll go with it. So what I want to do today is not delete this, but wait, this is easier. I'm just gonna move it backwards for a bit. And then of course these signature changes, something like this. There. I like it from here. But the starts, not yet so much. So I've been thinking what I want to do, also to make it more Slay the Spire-ish in a way, is to have... It says here, by the way, that the quality is bad. So let me know if it's all good here, yes or no. So what I want to do today is give this a proper introduction or opening, where if I play a lot of Slay the Spire again, because like I mentioned, I'm obsessed with it. Quality is good, great, thanks. And I was talking about how the music is often meandering and you don't really have a feeling of where it's gonna loop, yes or no. But I took that a little bit too far, where I sort of half changed keys every 2 measures. So what I want to do now is sort of introduce the rhythm a little bit in an introduction, then get a sort of feel of what I'm doing with this, this 5/8 rhythm thing. This needs to go here as well, by the way. And then I can move into more elaborate territory like... Oh, sorry about that. That I like. So what I'm gonna do today is try to figure out an opening to this, where I know... Oh, wait. This is where we'll be heading towards. If we are heading towards this part or this part, I'm not sure. We'll see where we'll end up in due course. So, there we go. So we are dealing with... Wait, okay, I got my pedal before I started streaming and then I lost it again, because my pedal always decides to leave me. So I have this Hello, Jameson, currently slogging away at homework. I hope I'm not distracting you too much there. But thanks for joining. This is where we are now, and I want to... I was thinking of opening just on this sort of G chord. Maybe with... And just stay on that a little bit. And have... So this is sort of a... So I can establish my groove, if you will, before I... And I could even go first to C, because that feels like a home. That we have sort of a very drawn out 5. One, and then from there we start moving in different directions. And it can still be that in the end we are getting there one way or another. But then we're not sort of thrown into it out of nowhere. So that's what I'm gonna do. So. I want to start off with a sort of... To get this rhythm going. And I always like to use harp harmonics for that. This is a bit of an abstract question. Well, here we go. I really enjoy your orchestration of these colorful passages with woodwinds. How do you form the ideas to write these passages of flourishes and whatnot? That is... I hope I answer that in this live stream by doing it in a way. Because that is, in a way, listening to a lot of impressionist music. Where woodwind flourishes like that happen a lot, and I happen to love that music. So I always take a lot of inspiration from there. So very fast, or the Firebird, for example, is also a great example, where there's like these super fast woodwind things that are bouncing off each other. And I have listened to so much music of that, of those composers, that they've sort of become part of me. So I find it hard to sort of give an answer to a question like that with this is how I do it. So that's why I'm doing a live stream like this, that I hope to be able to show you how I do it. And I'm gonna try to over explain. So with the harp, I want to have sort of get the... Just to... Oh, wait, sorry, this is in the wrong screen. This is just going to be my rhythmic sort of backbone. That I will build on top of. Oh wait, this is on the wrong. Yes. This is a bit loud. Maybe I can also... I'm just thinking, okay, start with this. This is going to be sort of a low pulsing thing that I'm now going to build on top of. Oh. Alright, so that's too loud, but the idea is to give it a... And then from there we'll start building composers' albums that do flourishes that you would recommend. Yes, John Williams, John Powell. And like I said, Ravel, Debussy, Igor Stravinsky in his early ballets. And the scores of those are available on imslp.org. I believe it's .org, if you want to follow the scores of those. So here, I'm thinking, I want to give this accent on the 2, some sort of a quick... some sort of a very quick boom. That's always a hassle to program, so bear with me as this could take a little while. So it's a triplet. I'm going to do. Let's see if this will work. Just very quickly. Oh, autosave. Debussy is a good one. Yeah, and Ravel especially. I love Ravel. And he also wrote my least favorite piece by pure. I'm not sure if I would say if it's chance, but. Okay, I hear nothing. What's that? Hello? Why do I hear nothing? Wait. Did I? Let me. I'm in the wrong octave, of course. There we go. I want this softer. And then I like to have some sort of a very close voiced, but I need to know which notes. Let's start there. Where are we? Okay, good start. All right. So we're going. Let me first. Okay, sorry, I kind of forgot you were there for 1 second. Some of your MIDI notes are hard to see with these colors. Watching on phone, that is. Is that with the velocity colors you mean? When I like this, I could see if I can do this, but this music. Yes, music. Hello. So this maybe this is better for those of you watching on phone, but this personally hurts my eyes, but I'll get used to it. So we have, yes, what are we doing with? So we'll start off with just there. So like I mentioned, get some sort of rhythmic engine going, and then we move there. Whoa, I am not used to such thick MIDI. What library are you using? I am using Cinematic Studio Series here. Most of it. Or I like that. Wait. Oh, sorry about that. So I'm just getting the chords in place. They're still for my build up, and then hello, the dude that can't swim. I always love your comments. And I'm gonna keep calling you my one fan that can't swim. You have not missed much. I have moved what I did last week back to work towards it, and I'm starting on a new intro, where I want to sort of have a very prolonged 5 movement that I slowly keep building this rhythmic engine on. Until we reach where the rhythm that I came up with last week. So we start with this. This piano is going to be orchestrated later, but all right, so far so good. And then later, because now we have the that's what we had later. Oh, so this can come in a little bit later. I really have to get used to this. These gigantic. Can you see them better now, by the way, the MIDI notes? Because if this is not helping, then I'm going to put them back to how they were. But if it's helping, I'll keep them this way. And let me think. I had written something here that I liked, where it sort of jumped around. That I can... I'm on Q is working on that exact same woodwind trill thing. MIDI looks great. Okay, that's great. Any advice for when someone is having writer's block? I really want to make a full orchestra piece on story, but I don't get anything. That is very often when I talk with someone who has writer's block or is stuck or whatever. It's it can be very helpful to force yourself to do something. As weird as that sounds, whether that be like, for example, say for yourself the thing I'm doing here. Okay, I'm just gonna have an intro that's just gonna vibe out on this chord for a while. And when you force yourself to do one thing, I usually find that when you're stuck, you're just it makes sense, you're stuck. But then it's sort of sabotaging yourself by not doing anything, and that will only keep you stuck. I usually try and tell someone like, okay, if you're stuck, just do this. It may not work, but then from what you're doing, new ideas can start to flow. Because I always realize I get my ideas while I'm writing. And it's like, oh, hey, this harp thing I'm doing, maybe I could then supplement it in a woodwind here. Or, oh, hey, wait, this section goes to this chord. What if I go there next? Like, it's not about the thing that you use to sort of force yourself to get going, but it's about the ideas that follow once you are in a sort of groove again. So when you are stuck, in a way, I would say maybe recreate something, or do like what I'm doing here. Just if it's for a new piece, just say, okay, I'm just gonna start with a very long dominant, like 5 chords. I mean 5 as in it's going to C in this case. And then from there, see where the ideas take you that you will get once you are rolling again. I hope that helps. Meanwhile, I want to take some of the orchestration bits that I had later and bring them in here. So here it was. Something like that. I'm just going to put them there now and see how they will develop later. Something like that. Like I said, it's just for now to get them in place, and then we'll see what I'll do with it later. Because we went. And then together with the harp, you'll get the rhythm we got last week. MIDI is better. Great. Great. Because to me, it's cursed, but I'll I'll keep it. And then here, what if I? Oh, what am I doing? This is too much, but maybe just that one, or the other way around. This is still a little bit off. It feels like it's rhythmically not right, but and here. I'm not going to keep this strictly orchestral, by the way. It's like a cartoonish template, so I might use some different elements here and there as well. And I would like to keep this started with. That sounded as a good place for the marimba to enter, by the way. Oh wait, I know what I'm doing. Oh, well, what is... where did I change that again? Oh, here. Yeah. I was playing around with that earlier today, but now I would like it back. So this is gonna sort of... gonna kick us off. And I would also like that to be in the entire chord. And I was thinking either bassoons or horns, but... this is a bit much, I feel. I just want something that gives us a ping. Am I missing some? Runar, hey man, how are you doing? Good to see you. Also, sometimes I have the part in my head, but can't get it to get to the point I want. I think it has to do with experience. Any advice on that, or how to get better at orchestra writing? That is indeed experience, I feel. When you do this a lot, at some point you will find some things easier to either orchestrate or program or compose, or then it can, on the one hand, it can be a sort of a thing of experience, like, oh, I've tried this before, I know this works. Whoop, hey, there it is. I'll use it again. And on the other hand, you'll start to recognize some of the patterns that you are either hearing in your head or trying out, because you know, oh, I can do something similar with this instrument, or this instrument can do this really well. Or so, how to get better at orchestral writing? Do it a lot, like a lot. Maybe. This is too long. So maybe just... oh, that's the wrong note. This is a super dry template, by the way, which is very annoying because I have nothing to hide behind. This is just to reinforce this. There, it doesn't need to be there anymore. Let's see how these are together. Yeah. There. It's all right. Watching Tom sketch is the perfect way to wind down after a busy day. I'm honored. I'm honored. Listen, listen, listen. Yes, that's also one way to get better. Do you also ever get the feeling that what you've done could be better, but the feeling keeps going on and on? I always, I always feel what I've done could be better. Like, I'll be honest with you. When when I stopped stream last week, I was super insecure about that whole thing that I wrote. But it's like that's the whole idea of this stream is that it's not gonna be perfect in one go. I'm gonna try a lot of different things, and a lot of those will not work. But in the end, I'm confident there will be something that is well good enough, or at least I'll be happy with it for a minute. Like for now, example, we are 2 seconds later, and I hate this. I don't know about this drill. Maybe this needs to go here, and then it will be gone here. Because then we'll have... And it sort of disappears into this thingy over here. But then... But now dynamics are very weird. Oh, this what is this F sharp doing here? My bad. Oh. Or what is happening? But then okay, so now sort of this trill disappears into this twirly thingy. And then new things can enter. Alright, alright, alright. Are you synced? I am not synced. What? I want to have some sort of... something like that. Something like that. Oh, this... yep. Okay, so thing is, before I go off again without over explaining, I sort of want to get boom started, then slowly build up this sort of rhythmic engine, slowly introduce different stuff while the chords are changing like this. And I'm now just mostly trying to figure out what do I want to have lead this rhythmic engine. And at some point, now we only have this harp and not this piano. This is very loud and very silly. I sort of want to... This is too early as well. This needs to go on. I'm just for now going to... maybe higher after all, but not here. What chord. Where are we here again? This is, I believe, already. Yes. Ding. This is all. So just figuring out what's to do with those sort of offbeat things, because we had. But I don't want to have that just in pizzicato strings. I actually may wait. I like that. I also have flutes now. And I have this delay flute set up. If I can sort of. So with this delay, I actually like how this works rhythmically. And I believe this has a similar. Yes. I want something. Something like that. To have, because now we have here on these, on the last beat here, a thing going up, and I want to have something alternating that in some parts that goes the other way. But what will it be? Maybe Celesta? Am I missing? No, we're all good. I hope you're all having a great evening, by the way. A bit softer. So we slowly get things included. So this is just outlining the chords that I'm using here, which is like a D minor 7th over G. And then but I also do I just seeing the stream kind of tells me how lazy I am at writing cute MIDI one shots. I need to stop doing 2 bars of chords. It's all good. We this is also like 2 bars of chords as well. This we all have our thing that we are starting with. Like sometimes I wish I don't mean this in a weird way, but sometimes I make things too difficult on myself as well. Like it's not necessarily that you write more chords that things are better, and that's usually the end of the spectrum where I fall into a trap. Do I like this? Wait. Still a bit loud. Can I also have it else in something else? I like this blue thing. Oh. Little color. But then more, I'm just adding a little color thing that I thought would be nice. I would like this to be a bit more excessive. Oh wait, I'm doing the wrong. No, that's sorry. I had a random thought. Here I can do it. The random thought. Okay. Slowly but surely we're getting somewhere, I feel. For now, I'm not gonna worry about all the tiny mixed things. I'm just going to, I'm still on triplets. Just going to get a few ducks in a row and then see where we take it from there. Maybe it's nice to have something that's just sustained underneath, and I'm thinking a viola tremolo would be perfect. Let me. I was I was too slow with my key switching. Maybe slide this one. It's very soft. Just a slight accent. Slight. Maybe. There we. Yes, we do. There. Hello, Peter. How are you doing? Good to see you. There we go. I'm writing a melody so beautiful feels like a mountain breeze is dancing. Thank you. I just wanted to tell Peter, I'm not sure if you were here last week, I spinned Slay the Spire on the wheel. And you might think this is not Slay the Spire, and you're very, very right. This is a Tom writes a cartoonish thing inspired by the music of Slay the Spire. But that's not as catchy as saying the wheel spun Slay the Spire. So, but that's the whole thing. All right. Slowly but surely we're getting there. And I want to introduce some longer elements as well at some point. So here we are back on the... Oh. Maybe here I can start doing some sort of cello thing. By the way, all the string parts I'm doing are all concertino. So that's with a mute. So that's all. I always describe the concertino sound as being a bit silkier compared to regular strings. And for this, I think that would be perfect. Keeping in mind where we're going. That's where we're going. So now I want this piano gone. Is it Jelly from CSS? Yes, this is all CSS. This is where the other stuff starts. I don't think I even have any other... Oh, no, wait, I have some Metropolis arc here. I was just saying I'm not sure if I have anything else than CSS loaded in this template. Oh, wait. There we go. Shooting for C. It's great. I can't lie. It's really really good. What was I doing again? Bear with me. Bear with me. Oh, saving. This is exactly what I was. This was again. Yep. Oh yeah, I was doing longs here, but then I got distracted. I don't remember those being so. Wait, maybe this is better. I want a very subtle pum. Let's see how subtle I can get this. This is gonna be. Oh, that's actually better. Task failed successfully. No, the other way around. Bear with me while I'm not the best piano player in the world, especially on like this delay. And this needs to be an F. This needs to be a bit quicker. Oh, up. Not connected. Hey Tom, new here, but been watching your channel for a while. Welcome. Good to see you here on the stream. Since your core library are Cinematic Studio, do you think CSB will enough for epic-ish stuff? When I do epic-ish stuff, I usually layer it with Metropolis Arc. Because CSB, I really like it has a very clean orchestral-ish sound to it. But if you want something that hits like really, really a lot harder, you may need something else to either layer it with or instead of CSB in those instances. But for like main orchestral stuff, I think it's great. Yeah, we had a whole discussion about CSB in Discord yesterday, so I've been thinking about it as well. Let me see if this is too early, yes or no. Maybe a little bit too early, but we'll see. Have you tried Junkie Excel Bros? No, I haven't. Even though he shares a name and a nationality with me, or I with him. Just thinking of some nice things to do for the bass. Boom. So here, like I was saying earlier, I'm getting this rhythmic engine going. And to do that, I want to make sure that rhythmically things are developing as well. Like I have this one harp thing that just boom, 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 boom. That's probably gonna stay steady, but underneath that, I would like things to start shifting and turning and doing different things rhythmically. So this pizzicato thing is going boom, boom, and then developing. Like, okay, it's not just on the one or the two, but now, okay, we're going there, and then it's both, and then here, and then it's after. So I try to develop this rhythmically as well as we're going. And at some point, we can have some more weight to it. Not yet. Not yet. Where did I miss something? I see you mainly moving the notes to the left. Are you not working with negative track delays? I am. But I also, with things like legatos, I usually, and this, I may be a psycho because of it, like I have this negative track delay set to the minimum legato length. So 100 milliseconds, I believe, well, I'm pretty sure, since that's what I set it to, is the shortest legato speed in CSS. But I still like to drag them around manually, because that way I'm listening to where the crossover point is, rather than relying on the machine to get it exactly on the grid. So it adds sort of human error to it, because I am only listening to it, and that way it's my interpretation of it, let's put it that way. Which, there are faster ways of doing it. If Peter is still here, I just saw his template masterclass where he has a very quick way of doing it exactly with track delays, which is another way of doing it. This is just how I've been used to doing it for a while now, and I like the results that come out of it. So could it be faster? Yes, for sure. But I still make my deadlines, fortunately. Well, if you ever put out a brass library with A12 horns, do give me a discount. For sure, I will. Do I want an A there? Yes, because it finishes the whole thing nicely. Okay. So far, so good. Just... This is a little loud. So here, this is also now coming out of the blue, because everything else that I've been doing around it is sort of disappearing. So let's keep building this until maybe at the moment the trombones enter, I can have the pizzicato bass, is what I was trying to say. Boom. Boom. And then here they can go. Okay, I'm doing too many things at the same time now. This, I can just... Do I want to have this carry over through the entire bar? Yes, I do. Adjust. But I would love this in a woodwind instrument as well. I just need one that is super agile. They all are. Yeah, because different velocities trigger different lengths of legato transition times, and setting a uniform track negative delay only covers some of that at best. Yeah, exactly. So my track delay is set to the quickest one, but then if there's a slower speed, the negative track delay is not gonna cut it. So Peter has a way where he has a macro that covers all his bases, which is genius. But I have not used that yet. So when I want it just super quick, I set it to the quickest speed, quantize it, and call it a day. But if I want to have it like always my soaring long string lines, I always go back and do them by hand afterwards, because of the reasons I mentioned earlier, where I am listening to it rather than quantizing it. Here, maybe I'm making a mock-up, so I can try. Let me think. Hey, not sure if you'll see this, but you're the reason I'm starting to branch out and learn to make different genres, especially this kind of music. Thank you. I always thank you so much. That's so super kind of you. Yeah, comments like that just warm my heart. So I'm very happy I get to be inspiring in any way. So I'm very happy you share it, because that's the whole reason why I'm doing this. So thank you very much. I love to read that. So thanks. Now where was I? Oh yes, I was doing. Let's see if I can. I am a great piano player, as you can see. Like so, for example, here it's quick. So quickest legato speed. First one, because of track delays, will be a bit like this, and then it should be there. It should be quantized. So for fast things like this, I usually do this again. Do quantize pretty harsh. Maybe. What was I just playing? Is it here? There we go. B, A, G, D. Oh, yes, no, this is true. B, G, D. Together, this can go. Then just tiniest bit softer. Yes, I like that. And here I want sort of an upbeat, so I'm gonna move this over and then but then we are no wait, we can do and here. I like that. I also like the interplay between clarinets and flutes. This is sort of sort of happenstance, but you need to embrace those things. Like, I started out with this clarinet thing going up, just separately in itself, and then now here it's working together with something that's also introduced separately, and then together they form like a... together they form like a woodwind flourish thing. Well, it's really weird. Sometimes when I'm sort of focused listening, I completely forget I'm live streaming. Like, even though I was talking to the camera like 2 seconds before. Thanks, guys. Okay, and now I was mentioning earlier, I think 15 minutes ago maybe, like, okay, this long thing now comes out of the blue. What do we do with it? Oh, let's try and figure out something that's happening in the orchestration before, and now it feels, to me at least, it feels quite organic. So where were we going chord-wise again? I feel I need one more repetition of... before... Let's see. But I'm not done orchestrating. I'm just trying to think ahead of where are we going. Remember when we had like a 6/8 bar here? Do I want to break it up? I think it can work. Why am I hitting myself when I'm doing that? I think it can work. I think it can work. So here, 6/8, because I'll still have to remember, like, okay, where are we going? Yes. And then this. Where? Oh, sorry, my quantize is very weird. Yes. So now, because later we're going 5/8 with 6/4, 6/8. We're not abandoning that. I'm trying to build towards it one way or another. That can work, that can work, that can work. But then, how do we do that rhythmically? Maybe here. So this, together with my harp and my effect flutes, are my pulse keepers, pacemakers, if you will. Wait, maybe I can just leave these. Oh wait, I can. There we go. No sustain pedal drop, so let's... Here we are losing something. These pizzas. So these are just part of the rhythmic engine, so bear with me. I would like this to go on. So here, things are falling away. So I need to keep what I was doing and have the things that come in, expand upon them, and bring them back later. So here. And here is the 6/8. We are. What chord are we at? I think this is the G, right? Yeah. So, okay, wait. So this goes here. Which piano VST? Cinematic Studio piano as well. But I'm just using it for sketching now. I don't like this. Do I? No, I don't. Just. What do you guys think of this 1/6/8 bar in between? I actually kind of like it. Just need to get it in the flow. I like it. That marimba theme reminds me of my mobile phone ringing. I'm sorry. I should have guessed. Oh well, it's odds are there's something cinematic in the name of the library I'm using. Okay, so here we have this chord, by the way. It's exactly how I wanted it, like a very soft pum, just very quiet, nothing there, and then you're saying, hey, it's 4 trombones. Yes. Didn't even realize it wasn't 5. The 6/8 feels great. Yeah, it's sort of, it has a very flowy 6/8 dance feel to it. Signatures in 3 are objectively the best. Let's put it that way. Yes, this can definitely have it. Just need to work on my fillings here. Whatever that may mean. I want to fill out these. So this has been on the 1 every time, but now I would like to have it on or so it's on the 2. Why I'm moving this over like this, by the way, is because that makes my life a lot easier in terms of dynamics. This should be... We are in the right... Yes. And then here we can do again. Yes, we can do that. So now it's rhythmically, it's... And then we develop it. Little extra flourish, and then go back to here. cellist can do. It's actually nice that the cellist only enters at the ones here. I agree about signatures of 3. There's no agreeing. It's objective, the best. No, I'm joking. Being able to follow your creative process is amazing. Still have a lot to learn when I hear this. Thanks so much for doing this, Tom. No worries, Steph. I actually also it's very weird doing it this way because I'm very self-conscious in a way about what I'm doing. And if there's anything I go over too quickly, because sometimes it's also I have an idea and I want to act on it, and like I said, I forget I'm streaming. In that very instance. So if I'm doing anything too quick, or you have any questions about why I'm doing a certain thing, do ask. That's why we're here, of course. That's why we are here now. And if I'm going back and forth a lot, that's mostly because because this is such a build up, I want to hear it in context all the time, so I can see how things feel rather than I can feel in the whole context of the whole build up. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, the 6/8 works. I wanted to do more with this string thing. For now, I really like it. High quality VSTs for one section of the orchestra, or getting everything at equal prices. Okay, bear with me. On stream I can see I am frozen, and my camera is frozen as well. But oh wait, no, my screen is all right. Wait. Sorry, technical difficulties. Hello. Hi. Hello. Okay, so can you hear me, or am I? Hello. Okay, if this happens during my orchestra stream, I will cry. Wait, hang on. Okay, great. I'm having some, and can you also hear? I am not hearing any, but now I am. Audio is good. Okay, that's very weird because my keyboard doesn't seem to be connected in a way. QE's audio is good as well. Okay, great. All right, that's very odd because my keyboard is not registering anything, and my camera. I'm gonna set it. Very sorry for the technical hiccup here. Yes, you can still hear me. Bring my camera back on. So I hope we're all still doing great. I just hope this won't happen next week or in a week and a half during the recording session. So let's see if the camera works. No, that's still frozen. What if I bear with me here for a sec? All right, that seems to fix that part of the equation. You can now see me again. When is the orchestra stream? It's on the 23rd. The 23rd of February. Yes, I'm back. Hello. It's just my keyboard isn't back yet, which is a shame. And maybe there's something here. Oh, how does this work again? This is... no, I need... I'm someone who sets this stuff and forgets about it. So, okay, wait. Because my keyboard is still weird. Okay, I don't hear my keyboard, which is very weird. So what I'm going to do is I am going to quickly go here so you can see my face. And I'm just going to restart Cubase for a second there in the hope that we will get it back in a minute. So if you have any burning questions, now is the time to ask. Peter Murray was here and I missed him. He may still be here. Peter is a very nice guy. He has a channel as well, and he's very open to sharing. So he may still be here. I meanwhile hope my keyboard is going to somehow magically re-exist. So I'm just going to restart real quick and then we'll get back in the stream. He's a legend. Yes, he is. And he's also a very, very nice guy. All right, I'm just resetting keyboard here real quick. There's stuff coming in, so that should be all good. If this is my keyboard not working, then we'll see if I can continue streaming, yes or no. But having a lot of technical issues today, huh? Yes. There is for some reason my keyboard was... something was weird, crashing, and then I blacked out for a minute. Well, technically. And then my keyboard didn't respond anymore in Cubase, so... Buy it right the first time, or you have to buy it right the second time. If you buy a low mid-tier product, you have to replace at some point. Yeah, exactly. Higher cost in the end. Museo East West are a great place to get started. That's for sure. If you're not having tech issues from time to time, you're not trying hard enough. Exactly. My day has been riddled with tech issues. This morning I was working on half and I wanted to test something. I built sound banks, and the moment I started playing with the new sound banks, everything crashed and didn't work, and I didn't hear anything anymore. So that was great. Then Wise crashed as well, and I thought, hey, maybe if I just restart Unity, it will all magically work again, and it did. So my day has been great in terms of technicality. That UE's Unreal Engine native audio integration is very limiting. Is that true? Well, I watched a talk by the music designer of Claire Obscure at Gamescom, and they sort of used only Unreal Engine meta sounds, and he had to jump through all kinds of hoops to rebuild Wise, basically. So you can get the same results, but it will take more time. And well, with that, I can also answer the same question at the same time. Are game conventions a good place to network? I would say so. For me, it's been great going there and meeting new people, and not necessarily in terms of direct work, let's put it that way, but also in... Okay, my keyboard is working again. Also in just showing your face, planting seeds, and you never know who knows whom and who will get you in touch with whom and all that good stuff. Sorry, I got distracted because it worked again. So now... wait, okay. So we can get back here. And then I need to reset this. Bear with me. Oh, wait. Here I need to reset it. This is what I'm using for... Yes. before you all enter into my Sonobus session. Wait, I'm on the wrong... There we go. Can you hear sounds? Please let me know if there are sound, yes or no, and then we can get back to things. This should all still be all right. Yes, great. All right. Last questions. As Tom saying, Rafael Jovka, great talk, which is incredible. All about it. Yeah. How much do you apply music theory in your work, or how do you go by feel ear? Feel and ear is always the first thing when I don't know what to do, or I want to sort of grab something out of the backpack of tools real quick. That's when I sometimes think, okay, this is something I can use from my theory knowledge. I always say if you learn theory, you shouldn't do anything. You have to decide that for yourself. But will it help you in the end? It could help you. It's very much an analytical tool and something that I use to when I'm stuck and don't know where to go. I can always say, oh, this is something I know works. Let's try it out and see where we go from there. Okay, great. We're back. Sorry for the hiccup. We're going to... No worries. And we have... Everything is still here. Great. In fact, he gave a version of a free masterclass all about it with my little organization. Oh, shameless plug, go subscribe and get extra to it. Yeah, well, Peter does great free masterclasses every month, which are honestly really, really, really good, with loads of folks very high up in the industry. So I really recommend checking those out. Really, folks really high up in this industry, and me at some point. I don't consider myself high up in the industry whatsoever. Here, I want to have this trill again. And then... Oh, we still have the cursed huge MIDI things. Which I don't like, but you will, so it's great. It was a few months ago. Was it the... oh, that's the Peter one. The Rafael Joffre one, I think. Alright. Alright. Let's try and get back into the thick of things over here. So, okay, so the philosophy, if I can call it that, I had with the flutes, where it's like, okay, let's develop it. So now, why don't we do something similar with the clarinets? So to say, we develop it. We had this interplay here of... And here, what I need to write down what chord I'm in. This is the D minor. So, do. Doodle-lim, doodle-lim. And here they can launch the flutes. Doodle-lim. This should be G, right? Yeah. So here I am on the D. Oh, we are. Am I an idiot? Usually. This should be... Yeah, we are. Okay, great. There we go. That's how you say his name? Did I say someone's name wrong? I'm sorry. I was not paying attention to chat for a second there. Rafael Joffre, I believe. Something like that. I'm not an expert in French. I have had French in high school. It's Raphael. And the S is silent. So it should be something like Joffre. 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 Something like that. It's not Joffers, or at least. That I know for sure. Alright. The way you say it sounds way better than when I say it. Okay, if you, I'll take your word for it. Good to see you. Thank you. Good to see you again in chat. Do you mind sharing how big your team is and what their roles are? It's me and my wife. If I, in all fairness. So my team is me. I have, and my wife helps me with a lot of financial stuff. She proofreads anything I put out on social media. So, and she is in chat probably as well, by the way, because she's always watching the stream. So if you could all say thank you very much, Daphne, you're the best. I think she would appreciate that. She helps me with a lot of things. And then there is Federico, who was in the last video. He is not like a part of my team in a way, but I have used him. He has done some music editing for me in the animated series I did. And he now he orchestrated for me the main theme of Half. But that doesn't mean he's like my orchestrator. I also do a lot of orchestration myself. But for this one, I really wanted him to orchestrate it. And for mixing, I have worked with Joel Dollier for the Vienna piece that he has just mixed, and he will also mix the Half recording in 2 weeks' time. So that's it. No, it's just me practically. That's the long and short of it. Most well, in terms of the team that I consider the team. Shout out to your wife. Yes, she deserves it. She's the best. And I could not do this without her. And that's 100% no exaggeration at all in there. Now I'm getting paranoid that I'm losing my... Do-do-dim. Do-do-dim. Velocity. Do-do-dim. And this should be just... Can I ask how long it took you to consistently compose good music? I'm very beginner at this sort of stuff. Good question. It's... There is always the question of when and what point can you consider something good. I am now, let me phrase it this way, I am now confident that any idea I have, I can make work. So that allows me to sort of not have to depend on inspiration to strike when I'm on a deadline, for example. So I know, okay, I have, for animated series, sometimes I had to do an episode in 2 days. An episode was 10 or 12 minutes. So sometimes you just need to go, okay, this is it. This is what we're going to do it with. And I am now confident enough that I know that I can make everything work that I try. Make work is different than being good. It's being good enough, let's put it that way. And how long did it take me before I got there? I feel like that's only been truly there for a couple of years, because composition-wise, I have a bachelor in classical music, so I had to do the production side of it after I graduated, which was in 2018. And then it has taken me a long time for things to start sounding good. And now I'm still confident-ish. There are still parts where I struggle. So the question was, consistently compose good music. It's years. Yes, that's and that is good enough. Let's put it that way. And yeah, I can't say an exact year, but I also know people who do it for 1 year and they are amazing. So that's the thing. Everyone has their own path. For everyone, it takes their own amount of time before they get really good at it. I also have a friend who started way later, and for him, everything he does sounds great, and he's doing lots of great stuff with trailers and music libraries and whatever. And he has done it not as long as I have. So for everyone, it's their own journey, their own path, and their own time. So long as it takes before you get good, or well, what you're saying, consistently compose good music. But the important thing is that you enjoy every step of the way. Like, don't. I hope you don't feel like you have to spend an X amount of time before it is good, and then you can start to enjoy it. Because the whole fun of it is all the music that you write until you get there. It's always fun. And it's always great to improve, and I'm always still learning, trying new things, and being frustrated because I suck at things, and then enjoying the fact that I get to learn something new and try new different things. So it's the journey before destination. That's the important thing I want you to take from this answer. Let's put it that way. Thank you, Daphne. You're the best. Yes. Having the support of a partner is so important in this field. Shout out, Daphne. Yes, 100%. Does a bachelor in music help you in networking? No. You're good at what you do, man, but I understand that for everyone there's always room for improvement. Yeah, there always is. I feel average, and I don't mean this as a way of fishing for compliments or whatever. I always feel average at best, and that's why I am always so humbled when people say they find my videos inspiring or anything. So that's why, thank you. When blending synths with your orchestral arrangements, do you prefer hardware or software for the synth sounds? And how do live recordings fit into that process? Thanks. I only have software synths, so I have no synths here. I would love to get one, because that's one of the things I would like to improve. Sound synthesis with preferably a hardware synth, because that's a way more organic way of turning knobs and tweaking and fiddling. And how do live string recordings fit into that process? That could then be just one part of the mix. I'm not that experienced with mixing live recordings into my stuff that I have a direct answer for that. But it's one of the things I would like to work on. Thank you, Tom. Been watching you for a while, but I've never seen you live. Thanks for answering my question. You're very welcome. Thanks for joining us live. What's your go-to libraries? Cinematic Studio Series. I'm so glad people outside of Utah like Brandon Sanderson too. Well, I think it's a whole lot of people outside of Utah. It's not just you. The composer I'm working with reacts the same way. I'm in way north in NY, and all my friends love Brandon Sanderson. I have a feeling everyone loves Brandon Sanderson. With the whole half crew, we've all been reading him, and it's been great fun teasing the ones who haven't caught up with things that are happening later. Okay, that was my quick answering some questions. I need to get back to this piece, but keep asking questions in the meantime. But I'm just gonna focus for a second again at what we're doing. Okay. I just want to fill out this bar with some more clarinet and flute thingies. And then, wait, that's what's going wrong here. What? Okay, I'm a professional. So now we've had this wrong instrument. Oh yeah, I was working on the violins. I forgot. I want to sort of go the other way around. And then that would be... Oh. That was funky. So... Let's start there. That's... This is prime content here. I'm heading out. Sounds wonderful. Great stream. Thanks for joining us, Peter. And anyone else, if you would like to see great masterclasses, Peter is organizing them every month. And they're a blast. Thanks for joining. See you next time. Have a great day. Yes, because in the USA, it's still like midday or something. We are in this 3/4 thing, so maybe I can do just there we go. Little, and then we're back to 5/8. Will the VOD remain on channel? Yes. Every live stream will always remain available on the channel afterwards. What articulation do you use for the woodwind runs? This is just legato, but then on the fastest legato speed in Cinematic Studio Series. Oh, I even forgot to put it. Which usually works great for these types of runs. Or arpeggios. And then here, do these together. All right. And then here we go back to 5/8. Just getting that in place. How much RAM does your project use? This one, I have no idea. Oh, this is just. If anyone can tell me. Oh wait, I can check here. Can I? What is it called again? If you want to check your RAM usage. I'm sometimes like a noob in this things, or I just forget. Task manager. Oh yes. Alt F4. No. There we go. Performance. Oh crap. Memory. So I'm now on 41. That's nice. That should. That sounds too high for the amount of instruments I've loaded, so I'm not sure how accurate that is. It's probably also Stream that's taking some of that up. Because I'm not using that much, that many instruments at the moment. Oh wait, no, that makes sense. Okay, I would love, if I can, to finish this introduction tonight. Maybe a little bit of a stretch, but we'll see. Because I keep getting sidetracked by myself. Just see what will happen if I do this. That works. What if I do this? Or it could also be like, I've been thinking of having this introduction go like this, but it could also be a little bit more up and down and back up. I love the 6/8 bar, by the way. Let that be said. I was working on the strings. Yes. So here I've been talking about developing these rhythmic things that here it's and here they're happening in different places. So I keep it interesting throughout, not have it on the same place each and every time. And here I was thinking doing oh, C natural. And then it's let's just do maybe just because I would like to like here. There, close off the same way. Yep, that's better. And then a little dynamic variation. Oh, I just love how this 6/8 bar is sort of interrupting the whole flow of it. And then here, we are going to, what are we going to again? Let's pull up the sketch. So now we're back here. This is where I want to end up, somehow. Oh, that's better, I think. So now we are... So we turn it around, and then... There... And then here we have the funky... Right. So here, so we're coming from here, and then you think we're going back there, but I actually want to go. So we're. It's very funky chord. So we're. What is different? There's no D. I could also do it. This is less funky. Let's see what happens if I edit my trombone chord to something like that. Oh, there, autosave. That's not bad. And then here we need to do something different. So we are. I wonder, we ever make a Fontaine type of orchestral piece? Fontaine? Sure, no, it's a French romantic overall vibe. I don't know Fontaine. Is there any piece of them you like in particular? Watch and listen something like that from you. Do you have any piece you like in particular? Then I can check it out later. Because I don't know the name. Or, no, not really. And then here, yes, so this chord also needs to change. Here. Because we are... It's similar to this chord, but... What happened to my Celesta here? Turn into a smiley face. Very sad one. Hello, hello. I know if I'm allowed to send links. Just send me the... maybe just... I'm gonna check it out after the stream. I'll just send the name of the piece and then I'll look it up afterwards. So here I want to have... So we build up to there. So here we... So we move to the next chord now. Sorry, excuse my singing. So... And here... Ooh, that's... I need to figure out what this other flute's gonna do. Where... I'm missing something. Fontaine live symphony performance on YouTube. All right. It's in a new tab. I'm gonna look it up afterwards. What libraries do you mainly use? Trying to find a good set of orchestral libraries to use as a starting point. As a starting point, I would say East, West, Opus, or Musio, because they are cheap options to get you started. I'm using Cinematic Studio Series. And then here... This is very funky. Do I like that? I think I like this. So this goes to a G and this to an F. Don't show it to a flute player, please. I forgot to mention it's a game OST, the national anthem of a region of the game that's France inspired from a 20th century, if I'm not wrong. I'm very curious. Genshin Impact. I'll check it out. And then, yep. So this, I need to fix the CC stuff afterwards. Where? So here I'm doing the same as here, so it's usually, but then going back up, like here. Yeah, and then fix these notes. G. I'm doing something. This should be it. This should be it. Then here, final. Yes, and there we need to elaborate on that, but I'm probably gonna try and fix it until there. Boom. Okay, almost there. almost there. We need to be on 16ths. Boom. Yes, I need that. Otherwise, I'll lose my mind. I've not been doing cello for a while. I'm a flute player, so you just... I'm sorry. Don't show this to a flute player. There's a flute player in chat. I'm sorry about that part. That's all I can say about it. I have been using Musio for around a year. I mean, sort of like flagship section libraries. For oh yeah, it's for section libraries. For me, it's Cinematic Studio Series, and they've been serving me great for a very long time. Slipping on a banana comes to my mind when I hear this. I'll take it. This needs to go like that. So far, okay, this just for now. So far, so far, so far, so far. I have been ignoring this pizzicato thing for a while. Is this yeah, this is Cubase. Thank you for filling that in for me. And then there as well. Yes, so string part. I'm just trying. I think I'm gonna go just from top, other way around, bottom to top, and see if there's anything I need to take care of. Hello, Adrian. How are you doing? Almost wrapping up here. I'm thinking. Oh, I have some sort of note where I'll land on. And then could be. And then just trying to build up. So. Then this needs to be double, and then we are exactly. We end on 1. I was torn between that and something more hybrid, as I'm into trailer or more sound design field scoring. Then I wouldn't. I'm not sure if CS Cinematic Studio Series will get your bases covered there. As I was saying earlier in the stream, that for like orchestral stuff like this, it's great. If you want something that hits a bit harder, I always layer it with Metropolis Arc. But then Metropolis Arc, I wouldn't use on its own in a way. So it's very hard to say one thing or the other. I don't have enough experience with really trailer art stuff where I would say this one, if you have only that, it will cover all your bases, because I layer it with things. But for that one, Cinematic Studio Series is a little bit too clean in a way. Let's put it that way. Are you making music full time? Yes. Yes. And I'm very glad and fortunate to do so, I have to say. Keep this going, I think. Move up. Like the violins. I used CSS for a Zimmer style project and it turned out pretty well. The key was reverb and compression. Yeah, in the end, it's how you use it. That's ultimately the most important thing. Wait, why are we... This should be gone already. Wait. Maybe... because, yes. There we go. And then we all end up together. Then just one more. And then and then these I want to end on. There we go. So we have okay. Let me think. Let me think for a while here. What I could do still is have some. I feel like I'm 75% on the way there. Let's listen to the whole thing once more. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Wait, where I've missed a lot. I kind of feel like CSS is better than HC strings for getting that super sharp sound. HC strings is good too, but out of the box CSS is as good as it gets. Yeah, it's the workflow of CSS is unmatched. I haven't used Hans Zimmer strings, so I can't compare there. Uncompressed, yes, I was sort of thinking Audio Imperia, but I'm also looking into the Metropolis series. Metropolis series I use as a layering thing, and in 2 there's a lot of great textures. But if you're looking for something that gets your orchestral bases covered for stuff like this, or for, if you look at Invictus or Running Free, I did those with CSS as well, but then layered with CSB. I do use a metronome, but here I was mostly editing some things. Do you master the tracks for your clients yourself in Cubase? Usually I do. Has anyone in chat composed for a game that's released? We had Peter Murray here it's a minute ago, but I'm sure there's others as well. Love how clear the sound is. Thank you. A lot of woodwinds. Well, I love woodwinds. I've composed for a game, but it's in beta if it counts. It counts. It counts. I also have 1 official release, so let's count betas. And okay, how I can build up here is having long notes in these 2 bars, and then have this cello melody also move up. Something like that. Oh, that's not. There's your metronome. I don't like how it goes to that D now, but let's just take this as a starting point. It's very high. I think I want to go back to. I think that's better because. This is 2. There we go. Fastest legato speed. Boom. Oh, wait, wrong one. Yep. Boom. I just have to get that last note out of my system. Are you working on a project for a client right now, or are you making this just for fun? Right now, I'm writing this for just for fun, and for the Let's Compose series. I'm editing these down later. Almost there, I feel. But, well, I'll be dipping now. It was a fun time, and I'll join the next one earlier. All good. I'm also thinking I'm gonna call it here, which will leave me with something to pick up from next time. Because this is, I'm just gonna write down for next time, work on final build up. So, okay, I'm gonna call it there. It's 9. This is 2 hours as a full-time job. Is this good enough paid for a living? That's a can of worms if I've ever heard one. Like, making music for a living is very hard. I won't lie. I wouldn't be able to do it all by myself. I mentioned earlier I have a wife who has a stable job, and together we make it work. But I do a lot of projects that sometimes you have to do a project that is that pays the bills that you may not like as much, but that leaves time and room and finances for the projects that are then maybe not as well paid than others. But it's not very easy. You can make a living off of it, but you work very hard. There is no turning off your brain. It's a constant grind, and now with AI there as well, it's not getting easier. So if you make music, I would say enjoy the making music part of it first, and don't get into it trying to have to make money out of it or have to become rich of it. Like, there's a whole spectrum of super indie and until AAA stuff, and you have to sort of find for yourself where you are comfortable being within that spectrum. Like, for me, I am fine with that sounds very weird. I'm very happy if I get to make a normal living off of this, where I can pay my bills, have a nice life. I don't have to get rich. I don't have to whatever. That means you will have to do other things beside it. I've had side jobs. I'm teaching. I do arranging stuff. There's more to it than just making music, because that's the only way how to make a living off of it. And this is a subject that requires a more thought out, well-structured answer than I'm giving right now. Just the thing is, it's a creative job. Yes, it is, and that's nice, but it's just very hard. Yeah, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say you should do it. It is a lot of fun, but it's just making a career out of it is very difficult. And I always say I'm very happy I get to do this. I'm very lucky I get to do this. I have also worked very hard to also get to do this. And it's a mixture of those things. Cannot see the football scarves in the background. Do you still get time to watch your games? I haven't watched a lot of games lately, but they're still there. Wait, you can see if I do. You should be able to see them there. They're behind me. And the reward is not only money of it, as when you've been in Austria working with the orchestra. It's very rewarding feeling. Yes, yeah, that's. I always say it's a career of very high highs. Because there's the orchestra thing, there's the Austria thing. Those are all great, and those are the things we get to show. But there's also times where that's something I mentioned briefly in the video when I left my studio, where there's no work. There you have to drag yourself to. The lows can also get very low. Let's put it that way. I'm gonna leave that at that. I'm gonna call it a day. I really enjoyed this. I hope you did too. I'm gonna listen to this 1 or 2 more times, just to wrap it up right there. Thank you all for joining. This was great. Sorry that the stream dropped out, or I don't know what happened. Cubase dropped out in the middle of it. Sorry about that. I hope I can find a way to fix that before the stream in a week and a half time. I hope you join me there when we record the orchestra live on stream. That's gonna be great, and I hope my computer won't crash in the meantime. Yes, I will listen to it, the Fontaine piece. Okay, let's listen to this one more time, and then I'm gonna call it a day. So far, so good. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 measures. I believe that's more than last time. This is not very, very fast going. Also get it back in mind, this is where we're going ultimately. Not sure how or when, but that's the idea. There we go. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for joining. Wait, let me put the big one. Thank you all for joining. This was great. This was good fun. Sounds really nice. Left a sub. Thank you for the sub, as always. I will stream next week. I have no idea what my calendar looks like. I will try to stream next week, and then the Monday after is the orchestra recording stream. So I'm going to save this and have a great weekend. And thank you all for joining, and see you in the next one. Ciao.